All right, let's do one more. Paula's in the waiting room. Hello, Paula. Can you hear us?
Kia ora, I can.
Yeah, kia ora. What's up?
Well, I got here by accident is the first thing that's up.
Okay, good.
But then you said my name. I said, I better get in there. Mo ngā mihi kia kōrua. I hope you're well, Chewy.
Doing okay.
Good to know. Good to know. My husband and I only started listening maybe about 3 weeks ago, and we've been listening ever since. Our TV hasn't been on every night. And we were talking about it, and we're convinced you boys and the team and the rest of the whānau deserve a 2024, so we're going to do whatever we can.
Oh,
Ka ngā
nice.
mihi.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sometimes we need to end the night with
Appreciate
good news.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, to get back onto that, for people who don't know what we're talking about, we put out there a bit of a plan for 2024, and it involved people watching and people listening on the audio podcast, kind of helping us out, and not even necessarily helping us out to kind of, let's have a Patreon, but like for this to continue as it is, it needs a significant cash injection, and we may need an investor to help us out who may be a business partner, but we also want to look for advertisers, and we want to talk to people about various things. And to be honest, the response has been lovely. I spoke, in fact, to an advertiser today for 30 minutes on the phone. We had a good old chinwag. I've got some other people who are talking about, their advertising budget is full up for this year, but from April of next year, they want to get involved. And we've kind of thrown it to the audience to go, you guys have always kind of had our backs. Like we said, we wanted to go number one in the charts, and within 24 hours, we were number one. So this is the one where we're now going, if you run a business and you want to do some advertising, if you know someone who runs a business and you want to do some advertising, but maybe most importantly, this is the tough one. If you know someone who knows someone who knows someone who might be the kind of person with the sort of capital you need to put into a startup. And we're talking about this like an internet startup. Internet startups get massive cash injection. They take 3 or 4 years to become profitable, and then they're off and running. And that's sort of what we're doing, Paula. That's what we're just throwing out there. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting for husband and I. We're kind of been watching this madness that's going on here with our elections and all the rest of it. Yeah. Kind of giggling about it now. But it is what it is. I don't know. There's lots of things to talk about. It seems every night you've got an interesting topic. But I guess we'll go straight to what I feel like talking about. MFAT and the rest of them, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I did. Yeah, I was just horrified when I heard it this morning. So, I'm certain that's a treaty breach. I'm completely certain it's an Article 2 issue. And I know in my circles, I work at Te Wānanga Orokawa, so I'm teaching people this stuff all the time. So I can hear in my circles, there's already the kickback. And I'm excited. Here's actually what I'm excited about. We can be angry about all of these, but over the election, what I saw was our rangatahi get up and make noises that I didn't make when I was 16.
Yep. And I think you've seen that in the results of the Maori Party. I think you've seen it literally there.
Absolutely. I've got a 16-year-old grandson who did a month's worth of flag waving with all his cousins, and all his aunties, and the whole community. And then I had a 16-year-old having a bit of a swear at me because he realised the day before election he's not allowed to vote.
He's ready for the next one. We've got him primed for the next one.
That's right. And so the 10-year-old is wanting to follow the 16-year-old. I'm loving this. So with all of the heartbreak that's going on, there's hope. Our next generation, I guess this is what I want to say, our next generation are going to do so much better than us because they're much more fearless. They seem to be more left than anything else.
This is why they don't want them to vote.
That's right.
That's why they don't want to drop the age down. It's older people judging the younger people on how they were when they were that age. And it's just such bullshit.
It is bullshit. I'm woeful about what I was like when I was 16 when I saw him. The biggest thing in my mind is how much I was going to get a train to get to Wellington from Nainai without mum and dad knowing because I was going to the Royal Tavern. That's what we worried about the 80s. Jesus. But these kids, just amazing. I've been to a few marches over, God, my legs have been doing the work. The Palestinian freedom, amazing. Just amazing, but it's not enough. I think there was 4,000 at the Wellington one, which was exciting.
Yeah.
And I think it just needs to be more. My sister-in-law was with me, and she's really frightened about the thought of World War III. And so we had this interesting conversation. But in her mind, she was thinking nuclear bombs all over the world and all that, which is a possibility, of course. But then it occurred, we got to this conversation that, 1 million people on London Bridge, all over the world, New York Central Station, everywhere. There's this mass of global citizens saying no. I think that's the World War III. I think we're in it, and it's actually got global citizens. That's naive, I know.
Wow, interesting thought though.
Yeah, and I just think New Zealand needs to make a bigger noise, and I think we can. I think we will.
So what I hear you saying is the soldiers in World War III are carrying flags, not guns, this time around.
That's right. And we're vocal. And again, this next generation are going to do it better than we have. I'm excited about that.
Excellent. And what a nice uplifting conversation to finish our week on, Paula. Thanks for jumping on tonight.
I think so. I know how hard you guys work, so I didn't want to poo-poo anything.
It's okay though, because poo-poo
Paula.
jokes are always funny. We always laugh at poo-poo jokes, don't we, Chewy? So if it was a poo-poo anything, then that'd be fine.